Stop. Do not scroll past this. Turn off the noise around you. Because the next few minutes might just be the most critical minutes of this entire decade for you. Can you feel it? There is a silent shift happening right beneath our feet. We are standing in front of a narrowing window of opportunity. Economists are calling 2026 a pivot year. This is the moment a great reset is quietly taking place. When the doors of 2026 finally close, we are going to see a brutal wealth divide. Those who understand the physics of money will break through to the elite class, and those who remain asleep in their comfortable illusions will be left behind permanently. Charlie Munger, the legendary investor and Warren Buffett's right-hand man, saw this coming. Before he left this world in 2023, he left behind the final pieces of an escape blueprint. These are gold standard principles that can help an average person swim upstream in the middle of a crisis. But sadly, 99% of the crowd is too busy watching viral dance videos on social media to even notice this treasure map. If you turn this off right now, you are not just losing a learning opportunity. You are single-handedly slamming the door on the only chance you might have to fix your financial life. Do not let yourself wake up on New Year's Eve of 2026, looking back and whispering the two saddest words in the English language, if only. If only I had known this sooner. If only I had started right then. Today, FinGraphy is handing you that key. This is not some AI video faking the voice of a dead man. That is disrespectful. This is a deep decoding of the Munger Protocol 2026, a 12-month roadmap to go from zero to permanent freedom. We are not going to sugarcoat it. This is tough love. We are going to talk about assassinating your debt. We are going to talk about building an economic moat. We are going to talk about turning your brain into a money printing machine. But for you to understand why this opportunity is so rare and so precious, I need to take you back in time, to a moment darker than where you are right now. The year is 1955. Picture this scene. A 31-year-old man is walking aimlessly through the streets of Pasadena, California. The wind is bone-chilling, but he does not feel the cold. He only feels the pain. His name is Charlie Munger. He has just lost everything. He went through a brutal divorce that stripped him of his home and left him financially wiped out. But that pain is nothing compared to the real tragedy. He just buried his 9-year-old son, Teddy, who died of leukemia. He spent every last dime he had paying for medical treatments, but he failed. 31 years old. No money, no wife, no son. He is driving a rusted-out yellow Pontiac that looks like it belongs in a junkyard. If you think your situation right now is hopeless, look at that man. He is standing at the bottom of the abyss, but he did not surrender. He did not blame society. Right there in those dark days, he began building the mental models that would later make him a billionaire. Today, we are going to borrow that brilliant brain. We are going to apply Charlie Munger's strategy to your 2026. Grab a pen and paper, because the train named Financial Freedom is about to leave the station, and it is not waiting for anyone. Welcome to month 1. We call this phase the surgery. Most people, when they hit a financial wall, make a fatal mistake. They try to make more money immediately, they rush to get a side gig, or they dump money into risky crypto coins hoping for a quick win. And what is the result? They sink deeper. Why? Because their bucket has a hole in the bottom. You cannot fill a leaking bucket with water. You have to plug the hole first. Charlie Munger had a golden rule called inversion thinking. He said, do not ask how to get smarter. Ask how to be less stupid. Apply that to your money. Do not ask how to get rich fast. Ask what is making me poor every single day. The answer for 99% of you watching this is emotional spending and high interest debt. For the 30 days of month 1, we are declaring martial law on your wallet. I want you to print out your bank statements from the last 3 months. Take a red marker, and I want you to cross out every single expense that is not essential for your survival. That $5 latte every morning? Gone. Make it at home. Eating out for lunch? Gone. Pack a sandwich. Subscriptions to 3 different streaming services? Gone. Buying new clothes? Gone. Weekend partying? Gone. I know what you are thinking. You are thinking, this is miserable. What is the point of living like this? That is your emotional trigger talking. That is the voice of weakness. Remember Charlie Munger's story. He lived in a tiny apartment, drove a terrible car, and ate simple food to accumulate capital. This suffering is not permanent. It is just 30 days. 30 days to detox your brain from the dopamine of shopping. 30 days to take back control from the advertisers. Now, let us talk about the biggest enemy, bad debt. We call the month one campaign the debt assassin. If you have credit card debt or personal loans with interest rates above 15%, you are in a state of emergency. Let me do the math for you to show you the brutality of it. If you owe $2,000 on a credit card with 25% APR, if you only make the minimum payments, you will be a slave to the bank for years, and you will pay back double what you borrowed. In month one, every single dollar you save from cutting expenses must be thrown directly at the debt with the highest interest rate. This is the avalanche method. Do not save cash yet. Do not invest in the stock market yet. Paying off a 25% debt is mathematically the same as finding an investment that pays you a guaranteed 25% return, tax-free. No financial genius in the world, not even Warren Buffett, can promise you those returns. But paying off debt guarantees it 100%. What about those with families? I see the comments. My wife won't agree to this, or my husband spends too much. This is where you have to use hypnotic communication. Do not give orders. Do not forbid them. Sell them a dream. Sit down with your spouse tonight. Do not say you cannot buy that dress. Say, honey, I want next year to be the year we never fight about money again. I want our kids to have a secure future. I want us to be free. To do that, we need to sacrifice just this 1 month. Are you ready to fight this battle with me? When you touch the love trigger and the security trigger, your partner becomes your ally, not your enemy. End of month one. You will feel pain. You will feel deprived. But when you look at that bank statement, you will see the bleeding has stopped. You are ready for the next step. Welcome to months 2 and 3. The bleeding has stopped. Now we need a transfusion. The goal of this phase is extremely specific. Accumulate $5,000 in cash. Why this number? Because poverty has a gravitational pull. When you have no buffer, every small problem becomes a catastrophe. A flat tire, a root canal, a broken iPhone. If you have no cash, you have to swipe the credit card, and the cycle of debt starts all over again. $5,000 is the escape velocity that helps you fly out of poverty's orbit. To get this money in 60 days, we have to work like maniacs. This phase is called the grind, but not everyone grinds the same way. I am dividing you into 2 groups with 2 totally different strategies. Group 1 is the muscle group. If you are under 40 and healthy, your biggest asset is energy. Your strategy is sweat equity. Charlie Munger in his youth was a lawyer, a real estate developer, and an investor all at the same time. You need 3 jobs. Job 1, your 9 to 5 to pay the bills. Job 2, evenings, driving Uber, delivering DoorDash, or waiting tables to build savings. Job 3, weekends, doing freelance work, landscaping, or tutoring to speed up the process. You will be exhausted, you will want to quit, but remember the concept of opportunity cost. Every hour you spend scrolling TikTok is an hour you are throwing money out the window. This physical exhaustion is the price you pay to buy your future freedom. Group 2 is the wisdom group. If you are over 40 or have physical limitations, I get comments from people in their 60s. You cannot drive Uber for 12 hours a day. That is dangerous. Your biggest asset is your circle of competence. You have lived longer, you have experience, patience, and specialized knowledge. Your strategy is sell your brain, not your back. If you used to be an accountant, do tax returns for small businesses from home. If you are good at writing, edit resumes. If you are handy, offer consulting on home repairs. The reality is, young people are great at tech, but terrible at soft skills and crisis management. Become a consultant. The hourly rate for wisdom is 10 times higher than the hourly rate for manual labor. Package what you know and sell it. For the families, make this a team sport. One partner earns, the other defends the fortress by optimizing the household. Cooking at home saves money, which is the same as earning money. Fixing a leaky faucet instead of calling a plumber is earning money. Teach your kids the lesson of work. If they are old enough, get them involved. Kids, if you help with this, we are building our future together. That is a financial lesson more valuable than any college degree. By March 31st, look at your account. $5,000, it is sitting there. It is yours. not borrowed money. For the first time in years, you can hold your head high. You have capital, and from capital, we will build an empire. We are entering the second quarter of 2026. April, May, and June. You have $5,000. You feel safer, and this is exactly the most dangerous moment. Complacency starts to creep in. I have money now. I deserve a nice dinner. My phone is a bit old. Maybe I should upgrade. Stop right there. This is the psychological trap called the Diderot effect. Buying a new shirt makes you want new shoes, then new pants. We are not rich yet. We just barely survived drowning. The goal of these 3 months is building the moat. In investing, Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger always looked for companies with an economic moat, a competitive advantage to protect profits. In personal finance, your moat is your expanded emergency fund. We are going to raise that cash pile from $5,000 to $15,000. Why so much? Because life is not a straight line. Recessions happen, pandemics happen, layoffs happen, medical emergencies happen. Munger always kept billions in cash at Berkshire Hathaway. People called him conservative. But when the 2008 crash happened, while the world was panicking and going bankrupt, Munger and Buffett sat there, calm, buying up assets for pennies on the dollar. Cash is not just money. Cash is options. Charlie Munger called it go-to-hell money. Money that allows you to say no to things you hate. When you have $15,000 in the bank, boss demands you do something unethical? You can say no. Landlord raises rent unfairly? You can say I am moving out. Friends pressure you into a scam? You can say I don't need it. Freedom starts with the ability to say no. During these 3 months, you keep the grind going, but you start to optimize. If you are working 3 jobs, maybe try to get a raise at your main job so you can drop one side hustle. This is where you practice stoicism. You will see friends going on summer vacations. You will see them flexing on Instagram. Your reputation trigger will hurt. You will feel left behind. But remember, those photos are usually paid for with credit cards. They are eating their future. You, on the other hand, are buying eternal peace of mind. For families, this phase requires extreme patience. The initial excitement is gone. Now it is just the boredom of saving. Create free fun, picnics in the park, movie nights at home. Happiness is not found on a price tag. Charlie Munger lived in the same house for 70 years. He found joy in books and conversations with his family. Redefine wealth. Wealth is peace of mind, not showing off. End of June. You have $15,000. The fortress is built. Now, no storm can blow your house down. We are ready to switch from defense to offense. July and August. You are safe. You have cash. You have no bad debt. It is time to activate the most powerful weapon known to man, intelligence. Charlie Munger had a famous quote, "I have known no wise people who didn't read all the time. None. Zero. He was a learning machine. Until he was 99, he learned something new every day." People ask, what stock should I buy to double my money? My answer is, invest in yourself. In these 2 months, you are allowed to spend money, but only to upgrade your software. If you are in blue-collar work, how do you increase income? Do not just work harder, work smarter. Get a CDL license for trucking. Get an HVAC certification. Learn team management. Turn yourself from a replaceable worker into an essential operator. If you are a white-collar worker, look at how the world is shifting. Artificial intelligence is sweeping through every industry. Are you scared of it, or are you mastering it? Use your savings to buy courses on AI, on data science, on leadership. If you are an accountant who knows how to use Python to automate reports, you are no longer an accountant. You are a financial data expert. Your income just doubled. Munger called this the Lollapalooza effect in personal development. When you combine 2 skills that seem unrelated, you create a massive competitive advantage. Writing plus finance equals a high-paid financial copywriter. Engineering plus sales equals a high-paid sales engineer. Find your missing piece and fill it in these 2 months. And do not forget to invest in your tools. A faster laptop saves you an hour a day. A sharp suit gives you confidence in interviews. That is an investment, not a liability. For the older generation, do not say I am too old to learn. Colonel Sanders started KFC at 65. Learn how to use technology to connect with the world. Learn how to make videos sharing your wisdom on YouTube. The digital world lets you earn from anywhere, as long as you have value to give. After these 2 months, the goal isn't to increase the number in the bank. The goal is to increase your earning power. You are turning yourself into a high-efficiency money printing machine. September and October. You have capital, you have skills, your income is rising. Now, and only now, do we talk about real financial investing. We call this phase the Snowball. This is the philosophy that made Warren Buffett the richest man in the world. He did not try to jump over 7-foot bars. He looked for 1-foot bars that he could step over. Investing is not about finding the next Google or the next Bitcoin. That is gambling. Munger-style investing is buying great businesses at a fair price and holding them forever. But you do not have time to analyze balance sheets like Munger. So what is the solution? Index funds and ETFs. Instead of trying to find the needle in the haystack, just buy the whole haystack. Open a brokerage account. Look at the S&P 500. When you buy a share of an S&P 500 index fund, you own a tiny slice of the 500 best companies in America. Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, you are hiring them to work for you. You do not need to care if the market goes up or down tomorrow. You only care about the power of compound interest. Munger called compound interest the 8th wonder of the world. Look at the math. If you invest $500 a month into a Roth IRA or your 401k with an average 10% return, in 20 years, that grows into a massive nest egg. In 30 years, you are a millionaire. Time is the best friend of the wonderful investor. For the older demographic, adjust the strategy. You do not have 30 years to wait. Focus on cash flow, dividend aristocrats, bonds. The goal is to create passive income to supplement your Social Security. $500 in dividend checks coming in without working is worth way more than $1,000 of salary you have to sweat for. And the most important Munger rule here: sit on your ass. There will be market crashes. There will be bad news on CNN. The crowd will panic sell. Do not follow them. Do the opposite. When others are greedy, be fearful. When others are fearful, be greedy. Set up automatic transfers. Every payday, money moves to your investment account automatically. Remove your emotions from the process. Make it a mindless habit. November. We are near the finish line. But this is where the hardest test appears. The holiday season. Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas is coming. The entire business world is pointing a gun at your wallet. They use hypnotic copywriting to inject thoughts into your head. If you love your family, you will buy expensive gifts. If you are successful, you will buy a new car with a giant red bow on it. November is the Stoic test. You worked like a dog for 10 months. You built a small fortune. Do not burn it in one night of shopping madness. Charlie Munger hated flashy consumerism. He taught his kids that the value of a gift is in the thought, not the price tag. Call a family meeting. Agree on a holiday season that is about meaning over materialism. Instead of buying expensive gadgets that will be obsolete next year, give experiences, a camping trip, a home-cooked feast, a handwritten letter. Teach your kids to stand strong against the advertising machine. If you can survive November and December without dipping into your savings, without adding new debt, congratulations, you have officially graduated from the School of Psychological Mastery. You are no longer a slave to money, you are the master of it. December 2026. Look in the mirror. Who is looking back? It is not the scared, broke, lost person from last January. That is a warrior looking back at you. Take inventory of your life. 1. No high-interest debt. 2. An emergency fortress of $15,000. 3. Higher income thanks to new skills. 4. An investment portfolio that is growing automatically. 5. A family that is united and understands the value of a dollar. And most importantly, a sharp Munger-style mind. You are not a billionaire. You are not Charlie Munger. But you are financially independent, free from fear, free from financial ignorance, free from social manipulation. Charlie Munger is gone, but his legacy is living through your actions. He proved that a man who lost everything at 31 can rebuild and become great. So can you. This plan is not easy. It requires sweat, tears, and iron discipline. But the pain of discipline is always cheaper than the pain of regret. To keep you on track, I have summarized this entire 12-month Munger Protocol into a single document, the one-page Munger Blueprint. It has the checklist, the dead assassin rules, and the skills to learn. The link is right below in the description. It is completely free. Download it, print it, tape it to your bathroom mirror. Look at it every single day of 2026. I am the FinGraphy director. Thank you for watching. Stay rational, stay disciplined, and start today.